are live.
Okay, I'm going to mute it so I can see comments. Hear anything.
All right, we've got 815 in the stream instantly. Says I. Hey, 81, how's the volume? Mic check, 1, 2. Fins, go ahead and talk. Make sure yours is good.
Hey, what's going on, boys? How's it going?
All right, sounds like I sound good. How was Fins, 815? There's Woods. Finn's good too. Perfect. We got Lloyd Christmas in here from one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's a great name.
All right. Well, we are waiting on the fellas to send. So I guess I might as well talk about this little game we got tonight. Super Bowl 80, which is just crazy to think there's been 80 Super Bowls. I obviously haven't been here for all of them. But Fins, hey, I don't think too many people are surprised. Lions, Browns. What are your thoughts going into this game?
I'm really excited to watch this one. I mean, I came back just after the last time, which was a shocking result to say the least, with how Prime Cycle's gone. So I'd be interested to see, how this. I'm really interested to see how this game shakes out. Will Bomber be able to continue this two-season amazing run, or will Prime be able to get back on top of the mountain?
Yeah, I think, this is obviously a rematch of what we had last year, which was not even a competitive game. Weird to say that Prime lost a Super Bowl that wasn't competitive, but let's be honest, it wasn't. He gets his revenge game. Do you think this is the matchup Prime wanted to be able to get revenge, or do you think he wanted to see Dan, who, at least this cycle and in recent memory, he's kind of gotten the better of?
I think Prime was fine with either. Prime feeds off of rivalry. Dan is probably his longest consistent rival, but then he also has a chance to get revenge against the guy who probably gave him his most embarrassing Simbardi loss, at least since I've been around. So I, I I think, not to take the cheap way out, but I honestly think that Prime was happy with whoever he saw because he would be able to create a narrative or multiple narratives out of either story.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think, Prime's obviously, we talk about player of the cycle. It's obviously Prime, right? As we sit here today, yesterday, even after last season's Super Bowl, it's Prime. But if Prime loses this game, he is still the player of the cycle. But it gets very interesting. He'll have three, and Bomber will have two. And although Prime has been in every single Super Bowl for the cycle, Bomber's beat him twice. So I think if Bomber obviously gets a third one, whether it's over Prime or not, he becomes the player of the cycle, right? So I think there's a lot on the line for Prime here. I think Bomber's playing free. I think Prime feels the pressure. All right, and they are sending, so I'm going to go ahead and get us to the game here as they here to ready up. Finns, as we get ready here, what is your final prediction? Who's going to win this game and what's the score?
My apologies, sorry there. My internet had a little blip there. I had to leave and come back. I think Prime gets it done. I think in AJ's um uh tweet thing he sent out, sorry, I'm off lesson now. I picked Prime 28-24.
Okay, I picked Prime 41-38. I don't think there's defense in Madden. We saw it. Dan's got a 97 overall defense, couldn't stop a nosebleed against Bomber or even Woods. So I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be a shootout. I also have Prime winning though, and we have the Gibbs counter, the Jameer Gibbs counter. So now that the game has started, Anytime we mention Jameer Gibbs or we see a chat in the chat about Gibbs, we'll add it to the counter here. As Bomber gets the ball first, probably a big advantage for Prime. You always want the ball second, but none more importantly than the Super Bowl. As Bomber comes out, Finns, what do you think he's going to try and do right away? Is he? We expect him to run. Is he going to do it?
I think so. I think he's gotten this far with the run. He was able to play very well against Dan. I think you got to establish it against Prime.
Yeah, I'm with you there, but he comes out, slot post. This is a popular play. I used to run this way back in the day. Throws it to Sampson, so that's basically like a run, gain of two.
This is exactly why you and I aren't playing in this game, right? He comes. He made a great point last game about tendency breakers. Bomber's really good at that. Let's see if he can continue doing that.
Yeah, that's the only reason we aren't in this game, by the way. There's no other reason, just that one. As Bomber comes
100%.
out with a tendency breaker, as I believe Eddie called it last round. I would have guessed run there for sure. As Bomber runs a counter here, this time he goes to the run. Sampson just pinballs off defenders, loses no momentum. Stiff arms, he's still up. Oh my goodness, what's it take to bring this guy down? First down.
Holy cow! He also got one of those. I don't know if you've seen anybody mention this recently, Matt. Almost it seemed like he had a speed boost there. I don't know. It was interesting to see. As soon as he caught that ball, he was gone.
Yeah, the speed boosts in this game are a real tragedy. It's honestly this game would be at least more tolerable without the speed burst, but uh, it is what it is. As Sampson goes up the middle here, we're going to get a nice avatar ad on the right hand side, but it is a gain of 6.
He's got pretty big rushing lanes already, and he's been a little bit unlucky, kind of pinballing. I mean, he's stayed up for 9 yards the first one where he got hit 3, 4 times, but he, Bombers had open lanes but can't seem to bust it out yet. Uh, Prime is, I think, has been a little bit fortunate that he's only given up 9, 10 yards so far. You know what I mean? 15 yards total.
Yeah, I agree. And this is interesting. This is one of Bomber's favorite plays. I'm surprised he's running it on a 2nd and 4 in the first quarter, but it's the Super Bowl. You can't wait as he does wait there and finds Jarrett over the middle. Prime's user kind of gave up on that, and he paid the price. That's a big gain up to the 34.
So I don't think he gave up. I think he remembered that he threw two deep ins against Dan, and Prime played the first one and then bolted to the second deep one. And Bomber made the right read by going to the underneath one there. I think that's what Prime was doing.
That's a good call. Yesterday, he did kind of put the dagger in Dan with those in routes. You see, he almost gets a speed boost there, but the defensive tackle sheds the block, and Prime gets a 3 yard loss there. Big play for Prime.
Hud says in chat that speed boost is a feature, not a glitch. I did
He's
not know
right.
that.
EA is. Someone had mentioned that on the Madden competitive Madden stream or whatever. EA literally brought up the speed boost. They know it exists. I don't. I think it is intentional. I think Tug is right on that one.
Very cool.
Tight end goes in motion. Now he goes down, back, and around. A lot of stuff going on. Fakes the handoff. Geez, I'm getting dizzy. Finn, too old for this. But there's a dot to Jared again. There's that man. 2 catches, 42 yards, and a big first down, erasing that 3 yard loss.
Yeah, and Prime was right there. He just the receiver just got that breakaway speed, and he was able to complete it. You don't see too many people, good players like Bomber, throw at Prime's user. I throw at Prime's user all the time, but I'm not a good player.
All right, I won't touch that one. I'm not going to beat a guy while he's down. Sampson goes up the middle. He gets tackled from behind. Every run, you just kind of clinch in this game. But gain of 3. So Prime, not giving up a big play yet, but doesn't really have any resistance here.
Well, you said it best right at the beginning, right? Defense doesn't exist this Madden, so holding, making Bomber work for it is basically all you can do at this point.
And Prime is all over the screen, but Bomber, he goes to the streak. What a play by Bomber to Jarrett. Again, his 3rd catch of the drive. This one for a touchdown, and the Browns strike first.
That's a hell of a read. You don't see too many people throw any other route on a screen besides the screen route. So, great read and heck of a play. Nice work.
Yeah, and I don't know if do you think he anticipated Prime would be all over that, or do you think he just saw it and changed the game plan? Do you think he was intending to throw the screen?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna say I think so. I mean, I was kind of just going around in practice mode when I first joined and noticed that you can throw those other routes. Last couple of Maddens, you would get a funky QB animation where you throw off balance. This year it doesn't exist. So I think he did do that on purpose.
Yeah, we'll have the guys in here after the game. We'll have to ask Bomber if that was intentional. As a swing pass here to Bates. We'll probably say that name more than Prime would like. And just like Bomber started, a quick pass to the halfback, short gain.
Yep, Prime is excellent at taking what's there. And we'll see that all game. It's how one of the many reasons why he's just consistently so successful.
Yep, and Milton here in the shotgun spread formation and zig route. Probably won't be the last time we say that either. About 6 Browns right there, and one of them does make the tackle. And Woods has said in chat Gibbs, so we need to add to the counter. That is 1 mention of Gibbs. All right.
That is an excellent idea.
Prime gets the first down, and as someone who's won 2 Super Bowls, which is 2 more than most of you in chat, the first down is the big one, no matter how many times you've been here. And that's a pass to Laporta off the play action, and 3 plays, 2 first downs for the GOAT.
Yep. Prime is he doesn't get faced, right? I mean, 7-0. Most people shouldn't get faced, but Prime is just going to play his game and be smart. Great pass right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Prime, I think someone had mentioned it. Doesn't matter what his deficit is. It just always feels like he can come back. As Bates up the middle, he gets stuffed there, but 3-yard gain. I'm sure Prime is not expecting home runs from Bates. And 3-yard gain, holds onto the ball. Not too bad.
Prime can run with anybody. Obviously, he who shall not be named is easier to run with, but Prime can run with anybody. He'll be fine with Bates.
Absolutely. Milton off his back foot to Laporta again, and Laporta gets a first down. That was a close spot. It could have gone either way.
I have a question for you, Matt. Do you think Milton would have been as successful if he had been still a 49er? I'm using him. I think so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, 99 throw power, everything about him just screams elite, right?
Yeah, who wouldn't want him except for Steven?
Yeah, exactly. And Mike. And Bates, tackled by his own guy. Maybe the right guard will get credited for a tackle. But, again, holds onto the ball, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. It had a little Mark Sanchez action there. Luckily, there wasn't a butt fumble.
Yeah, we've got our third Gibbs mention, as Tiny says that Gibbs would have got 15 on that last run, and then 815 says Bates is definitely not Gibbs. Milton in traffic again, but as he's falling backwards, he makes the pass there to Walton, who I believe is was our first recipient of the draft lottery presented by Doink. All right, we got Milton in the pistol here. Bates in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to him, and Bates cuts left. Looks like we lag every time that guy makes a cut, but I promise you the stream is acting fine. 2-yard gain.
Do you think Prime, the way he cut there, do you think Prime was trying L2?
I honestly don't know. I don't think Prime is too fond of the speed boost. I think he said it on stream yesterday. But sometimes I guess you got to fight fire with fire. But I don't think Bates can trigger it. He spins. I guess we'll call that a spin. I don't know, Fins. It looks like probably how you move in real life. And that's going to be a big third down here for the Lions.
May I remind you of my 40 time as a 48-year-old overweight man.
Yes, what was it? 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, something like that.
Math is hard. It was like 5'2", sir. I can't remember. It was in the low 5s.
Yeah, that'd probably take me 3 weeks to recover from that if I ran that fast.
And somehow Prime, who has the athleticism of a green bean, tied me.
It's that lanky stride. All right, we got Milton in the shotgun, 3rd and 10, and he's just going to run this ball to or Bates gets shifty. Oh, I got to add to the counter. He got shifty with it. He's up to the 1.
Oh, that was filthy. What a little duke there. Bomber looked like he was going to hit him for a loss, and just Bates with a little shoulder shimmy, and then almost housed it. That was amazing.
Oh, I can't believe that. Prime's probably as in shock as anybody else. He's probably just forfeiting the field goal or trying to get close enough to go for it. As he's in the pistol here, and he's making a check to the left. That might be fake. It's not fake. He's got the running back. He throws it. Oh, boy. That could have been picked, but it's incomplete.
That was scary. Please add two more to the Gibbs counter.
Boy, Gibbs going. People are saying Gibbs so much, like the counter's jumping not even sequentially here. I went to it from
I
4 to
wonder
6
if
there.
the counter will be the amount of interceptions I had.
I don't. My counter doesn't go that high, so I hope not. As the curl to Jamison Williams, and shoot, I think I lost that prop bet, but Prime doesn't care about that. He's going to tie this game.
Ooh, what's the jersey number? Is it?
His jersey is one, but I think it
Okay.
also asked if he was going to have a TD in the first half or something.
Ooh, I think I said yes, but I put over 24.5 for the other one.
All right, it's weird. It's 6:21 in the second quarter, and both these teams have only had one drive. They have scored the touchdown. Let's do a quick chat check here, real quick. I want to get some names out there. Torx here, Steele's here, Woods, Tug. We talked about him earlier. Fig is here. We got Tiny's here. Let's see who else we got. We got KP. Deathwish is here. Nice to see Deathwish. Probably in a hotel room out on the road. Lloyd Christmas asks who's in the booth. That is Fins, and I'm Matt. All right. All right, Fins, what are your early thoughts? You've seen both teams have a drive. Both teams scored a touchdown. What are your early thoughts here? Let's start with Bomber. Who's got the ball?
Both players are playing really patient. No one's taken a deep shot yet. 5-10 yard reads.
Oh,
Um,
Richardson. He breaks a tackle. He throws. But Jarrett didn't even know it was coming.
and that was probably the first. Well, definitely not probably. That was definitely the first probably dumb choice, right? Like those cross body throws, as we saw with Bomber and Dan last game. You just never know what are going to happen with those. You get some funky animations on those. Bomber's fortunate that wasn't picked.
Yeah, if it's week 4, who cares? I'm throwing. If you're gonna throw that, I don't care. In the Super Bowl though, I'm with you. I don't know about that. He's gonna go back to the bread and butter here. The run up the middle with Sampson, who cuts left. There's literally nobody there, but they're a nice little shed there, and big tackle for Prime. And this is a 3rd and 6, deep in his own territory for Bomber.
Will we see a zig route on this play?
I don't think we're gonna see a zig route. I think we're gonna see a curl.
Right?
Coop says Gibbs. We are not counting that as the counter. You sneaky, sneaky man. We need some authentic mention of Gibbs for the counter. All right, we got trips to the right, and Prime's all over that in route or that deep cross or the drag route, and then Bomber goes to the in route, and Prime is all over it for a 4th down.
Prime is prepared for that kind of stuff. He takes notes. He's so prepared in these games. Twice now, Bombers had those deep ins, and first time Prime was a little bit late, or sorry, I guess gambled, and then Bomber got the first one. This time he almost got him again.
Yeah, and that's just, that he ran that same play against Dan, and he hit the backside dig when Dan was all over the drag, and like you said, Prime, he's just on another level, man. He thinks of everything and always thinks of it at the right time. But it's still a tie game. Bomber obviously he's playing out of this world. I honestly, if you ask me, I think Bomber might be playing the best football of anybody in the league. Would you agree? Even more than Prime.
Yeah, I would say so. Bomber. So what Mr. Prime had some unfortunate losses. The Hail Mary against Trick that we won't talk about the end result there, but um, Bomber's just been even though in the midst of his busy life, moving and all that kind of stuff, he's been just locked in.
Absolutely. So previous play, we saw first down to Laporta. This time Bates up the middle, about 9.5 there on the stretch play. He's already across midfield up to Bomber's 43-yard line, and Prime basically can do whatever he wants here, right? 2nd and inches.
Yep, yep. Might see a PA or
Nope, he's gonna
beautiful call.
play some mat ball here, and he's going to get a first down and another solid gain, 7 yards. Bates, nothing flat. Well, he did have the one flashy run, and he's hyped up. 7-yard gain there as Milton in the pistol. Prime's calling these plays really efficiently, and he's gonna run a draw play to Bates, who gets up into the 2nd level, gain of 2.
Yeah, Prime's just playing really smart here. Do you think if Prime wins this game, I know we're kind of for the horse here, but do you think he's going to go in chat and say that he won a Super Bowl running up his center's ass?
Hey, he could. Hey, I never put anything behind Prime to say what he's going to say. As Milton runs out to the right, that might have been that 3-3 penny, 3 high, yeah, 3 double cloud. I see Bomber and Dan run that a lot. Prime took advantage with a little run by Milton there.
Yep. Yeah, Bomber actually had the drag covered really well and then peeled off. I thought Prime might throw that, but he still got a nice 6 yard gain.
All right, we got third down brought to you by Trips here, and we have it looks like almost the same route that Bomber ran, but this time he doesn't cover the drag like Prime did, and that's a first down, 1st and 10 up to Bomber's 21. As we're getting close to the 2 minute warning already.
This game is fly. This might be. I wonder if Meats has a counter of the fastest Super Bowl.
I'm sure he does. Especially well, never mind. You said Super Bowl. He wasn't in it. I was gonna say if Meats had anything to do with the record, he definitely has it written down. But it's a Super Bowl. He wouldn't have anything to do with it. We hit the 2 minute warning here, 7-7. Prime with the ball. If you're just joining us or you forgot, Prime gets the ball second half. So the world is his oyster here, as they say. He drops back. He's got the trips. He's going to throw to the left to Laporta, who gets by two tacklers there. Another first down.
Just rumbling, stumbling, bumbling for a first down there. Those animations are good on offense, frustrating on defense.
Oh, absolutely. As Meets is in the chat, as Deathwish gives a sub to Tiny. The SML appreciates that. We do not get any of that money, Fins. Don't get excited. As Williams, I don't know his first name, never heard of him, gets in the end zone and off a run right up the center, and Prime takes the lead.
Yeah, what a clinical drive there. Nothing was forced, no bad decisions. Just took what was there, cut up field as soon as he caught it, and with 113 left, we enter that time of the game that Bomber likes to be on defense to try to force your opponent into a bad decision. Can Bomber be smart here, or will Bomber try to force the issue here?
He's going to force the issue with a minute left in this Madden. As KP makes the, excuse me, Steele makes the same point you did of, the Bomber has a ton of time left, and I think he's going to push it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I think. I just you just have to be measured, right? Like you can't come out throwing a streak and not make any other reads. You have to take what's there still because you can still get free easily.
Yeah, and he's going to get drilled as he hits. He's probably lucky that ball didn't go a little bit further because the defender was all over that second out. You're right, though. When Dump played Prime, he was in a similar position about half the time left. He threw a pick, which gave Prime more points and pretty much ended that game. So Bomber does need to be careful here, but he's going to be aggressive again. He's got the seam route to Jarrett, who's really been his... Oh, he's fumbled! He fumbled. That might be a real fumble, too. Nobody wants to pick it up, and number 55 finally does.
That animation is so incredibly frustrating.
Yeah,
Prime's
nobody wants to
probably
pick up the
so
ball.
annoyed right now.
And Sampson just fights through the traffic, wiggles through. He's a small guy. He gets through, and that's a big game that looked like it started as nothing.
Yeah, he looked like he ran under somebody's armpit. Like he just kind of morphed through like an engaged block.
Yeah, that was super weird. As another hurry up, Bombers got all three timeouts, but he's saving them for a rainy day. And honestly, this Madden, with the way the hurry up works, and there's a deep comeback again. He had that on the first play here. He just got hit. He's got Sampson on the out route, but there is a guy in the flat right there. Makes the sure tackle. 23 seconds. Bomber calls his first timeout.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by Prime there, not letting him get it. I mean, he has still two timeouts, but force him to use them. Hopefully, Prime can hold him to 3 here, and he gets the ball back in second half.
Bomber in the trips again, and he's making a check to the left there. I'm sure Prime saw that. He doesn't seem too worried about it. His user's on the trip side. He's got the drag covered. He's going to make the hit. It is held on to. 18 seconds in his second timeout.
I'm sure Prime was really hoping for a knockout there. Great play by Prime there. He had the tight end kind of locked down and then saw what was coming open and broke back down and laid a big hit. That was a nice user play by Prime.
And trips again, this time to the left as we get a Super Mario movie ad. You going to watch that, Fins? Or do you guys have that up there?
Nope, didn't. Yes, yes, we do. I didn't see the first one. As soon as I heard, all I like him. As soon as I heard Chris Pratt was Mario, I'm done.
If Yoshi doesn't win the prop bet vote for favorite Mario character, I'm out of this league. As oh, Bomber takes control and oh my goodness, there's a speed burst if I've ever seen one to Lambert Smith, I believe, and he's down to the 2. Jeez, what a change of direction on that. That is so unrealistic in for a football game.
Yeah, that was a great play that you said, like clicking on and undercutting your own foe. That was a nice play there. I just for the record, I also picked Yoshi. Matt is bang on there. If you didn't pick Yoshi, you hope you stub your toe.
Yeah, I want AJ to call him out if you didn't vote Yoshi. Oh, and he gets hit, and that ball lands right at his lineman's feet there. Probably lucky that everything looked covered. 6 seconds left. Is Bomber going to run another play, or do you just kick the field goal?
I think he's going to run another play here. Just obviously something really quick. You make one quick read, get rid of it, or if it's not there, you roll out, throw it away, and kick your field goal.
Maybe I should have had a trips counter instead of a Gibbs counter. Trips left here. Richardson in the slot. He's probably going to look for that little side route there. He's not going to hit it. He's got to have to make a decision here. He's going to run for it. Time's ticking. He's got to get in. He does get in. The clock would have expired if he didn't score there. He does, and pending the PAT, we are tied.
Ballsy call there. So patient. You could see him still scanning the field as he's rolling. I thought he was going to throw that little RPO route there. Prime saw it and then just opened up on the right side. Great patience by Bomber. Nice play.
Boy, that was gutsy. I was expecting him to throw it away. He didn't. It could have turned into tragedy, but instead, it's a tie game. Prime. Sorry, Dan, you're not in this game. Prime gets the ball first. No halftime hit here. Mike wants everybody to go home as soon as possible. Get out of his stadium. So kicks it out of the end zone. Prime's going to get it at the 35. What do you think Prime's going to do here? We haven't seen the shot to JMO yet. Is it coming here? What do you think?
Not yet. I don't think so. I mean, if Bomber is smart enough to not call cover 2, I think Prime. I don't even think he's put him on a fly route, has he?
Yeah, I don't think so. And there's our answer though. A quick pass out to Williams. You'd think Bates is rested after, even though it was a short halftime. You'd think he'd be rested. He might be going to Williams here. What do you think? Have you heard anything?
I don't know, man. I don't know. This game has kind of gone, opposite script. I mean, press coverage on the outside, he might.
No, I don't think it's open. He's going to throw the zig route to Walton, who, he might have had some room, but I get it. You didn't expect that. He gets out of bounds. 2 plays and a first down.
And that's Prime does that all the time, right? Like avoids the big hits, gets out of bounds, will drop down on purpose. He's just smart that way.
And Williams up the middle again, and he squeezes through, and he gets a 9.5, second in inches. As Mike says, he chose Peach as his choice. Tiny did scream that Yoshi wasn't a choice, so the results might be fraudulent, but Mike chose Peach. Interesting.
It doesn't seem choice of emo, but here we are.
Yeah, I thought like Waluigi or something like that, for Mike, but
something like macabre, like a Koopa Troopa or something like that.
Yeah, this is in the Cowboys Stadium, home of Mike FML. He's not present, but he did cater Panera Bread. Very good, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. As Bomber's all over that stick and nod. Prime's been running that since the day he was born, and he held a controller. Good defense by Bomber here. 2nd and 10. Neither team has made I guess Prime made one stop, but other than that, it's kind of been the offense having their way here.
Yeah. Big running lanes for both teams. Underneath is open for both teams. It's been a patient.
Oh, Williams gets to the outside, and Williams is faster than Bates. He is untouched. Nobody even breathed on him, and that's a touchdown. Bomber blitzed on that play, paid the price. Pending the PAT, it's going to be 21-14 Lions.
What a run. I mean, you and I could have, well, you definitely could have made that run. I could have made that run too. Huge hole. Prime is running more than I thought, though. I will be honest with you. I thought Prime would be a little bit more pass heavy. But the game plan's paid off so far.
Yeah, absolutely. His Bomber cuts does take a big hit there up to the 24. I like what you said, but he has ran the ball more, and he's also just gone under I form and ran it right up the middle. And maybe that's a limitation of his personnel in the backfield, but it looks like he might be going to Williams, who, like I said, is a little bit faster than Bates, a little more agile. So it'll be interesting if he just sticks with that, because he was using Bates earlier.
Another interesting play call here by Bomber. A little screen.
Yeah, trips to the right. It looks like he had two screens set up there, Fins. I haven't seen that play before. Sampson gets the ball, takes a big hit there, holds on though for a first down.
Yeah, Prime had the tight end screen on the right completely bottled up. That's twice now their Prime has taken away that almost obvious read, and Bomber, you know, headsy enough to find the open guy.
Yeah, we go from trips right to trips left. Delayed route here, high snap, which the draw route or the draw run usually does happen for some reason. And he does gain 5 yards.
If you're Prime, you got to be frustrated there. That was a hit. That was a tackle for loss for sure. And then he just dug his foot in the ground and just took off to the left.
Counterplay, the tight end just pancakes the DE. That's a really good tackle there by the Lions. 8 rushes, 57 yards. What are you more surprised about, the 57 yards or the 8 rushes?
Oh, excellent question. I'm going to say the 8 rushes. Um, I mean, Bomber got here. It was a balanced attack, but Stamson, carried the load, I think. Um, and just to control the clock against Prime too, right? Like just keep the ball out of his hands as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm surprised it was only 8 runs. As oh boy, that should have been picked. I think he had the guy over the middle there behind that, but he throws the short route and he's gonna be blessed to get another down here.
2 times now that Prime probably should have had a pick on plays that he didn't come away with a turnover. Um, and Bomber's getting a little risky.
Yep, it's gonna. So every time Bomber meets a little adversity, he goes back to the bread and butter. Samson breaks about 19 tackles to lose or to gain nothing. 3rd and 10. Believe it or not, I don't think you can kick a field goal here. It kind of makes my stomach turn that I'm questioning myself at the 49-yard line. What do you think Bomber's got up his sleeve here as he goes trips right?
Probably that's a circle route. He's going to hit Bass, I think, maybe underneath and then try to cut in.
He does hot route to that out route. He's really got nothing open. He's got happy feet, and he just gets absolutely speared by Hutchinson. And he's got a punt, 4th and 23.
That was a great play by Prime. I think Prime had the same thought process as me, which, hey, can't go wrong with that, boys. And took that late breaking in route away. And Bomber was smart there. Didn't force anything, took the sack, and hopefully going to play some defense on this drive here.
Yeah, Wood said it. Big stop. I mean, if Prime, his drives have killed some clock. Again, this game has gone really fast. Feels like one of my games. And Bombers had no resistance to Prime's offense. If he goes down and scores here, oh, that pressure's going to be on Bomber big time. As Milton trips to the left, JMO in the slot. He's going to throw a little RPO to the fastest guy in the field, and JMO gets 13 yards, 12 yards in a blink of an eye.
Prime has been so clinical all game. And again, just a great read. Doink makes a good point in chat where Bombers dropping back real far. These dropbacks are brought to you by Meats.
I don't have the meats and cheese graphic. This is a low budget presentation, but yes, it would be brought to you by Meats and Cheese for sure. As Williams gets 1 yard up the middle. Prime at his 24-yard line. We're ticking about to the 2 minutes left here in the third quarter, so plenty of time for Bomber. Do you just stick to the game plan? You don't really probably have to sell out, right?
No, I don't think so. I think uh, Prime, whatever Prime's doing is working. Bombers only down one score. Plenty of time left, especially in an offensive batting, like you said. Um, I think both guys don't really have to change much yet. We have 2 stops on defense so far, both by Prime. Bomber has to figure out to get a stop here to get that ball back.
Yeah, interesting call there. We'll talk about that in a second. On second down to run the ball by Prime. Trips left. Bomber's going to bring 3, I think. Which in this Madden, sometimes you get that quick shed. Milton making checks to the left. He might see something here. It is a three-man rush. Or no, it's a four-man rush. Excuse me. Milton breaks the pocket. He's got a guy coming open, but he decides to scramble, and that last-ditch effort, he can't quite get it. He has to punt.
Ooh, Bomber was probably clinched there a little bit, probably puckered up, because he had that. I looked like Prime did the R would stick up to get that, first down animation, the reach for it animation kind of thing. And luckily for Bomber, he was short.
Yeah, that's Bomber's only stop in this game, but obviously he needed it. So keeps it a one-score game. 42 seconds left in the third. Plenty of time for Bomber here. Do you think he goes back to the run, Fins?
Yes, I think so. I think, he's made, besides the fact that Prime hasn't got two picks that he probably should have. He's also had two throw at a tackle animations that have hit the dirt. Bomber's fortunate not to have a thrown an interception here. Hopefully he gets back to the run and kind of settles back in here.
Absolutely. And I still go back to that 2nd and 9 call by Prime to run the ball up the middle. A little conservative for him. I don't understand it. It's Super Bowl, though. Everybody plays a little bit different. Oh my goodness. That's the PA boot that Bomber has torched so many people on, but he gets sacked before he even turns around.
He had to have pass committed there. So they wouldn't get faked by the fake handoff. And Swanson, who just came back from injury, had bruised ribs, got taped back up, came back out here, got a huge sack.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, did he pass commit? I don't know if a contain would make that play, but they never do that for me. And I've seen Bomber run those PA boots in all of his games, and I've never seen him get tackled like that before. As 8-1 says, has there ever been Super Bowl overtime in SML? We've had 80 Super Bowls. I have to imagine that at least one has been an overtime game.
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, the chat meets is our statistician. He probably has an idea.
Oh, he's got a big play. Oh, he throws a pick. It was a holding call anyway. He tries to fit it in, and Bryant with the pick, and Prime is deep into Brown's territory there at the 35 as he declines the penalty. What a shift in momentum.
You know what? This is what I said right before, right? I was really hoping Bomber can lock in here. I had a feeling he was going to throw a pick. I didn't want to put it out in the universe. Didn't want to curse anybody. I had a feeling he was going to kind of force something. And man, what a bad decision by Bomber. I can't say break because he did it himself, but man, huge break for Prime.
Yeah, and if you don't know, this Madden, and I think it's new to this Madden, when there's a penalty during a play, it highlights in yellow the team that it was committed on. If Bomber saw that, I would have just thrown it away. I don't know if he did see it, but drag route here to Williams, the halfback. He takes a couple of big hits, and he does get the first down, holds on to the ball. Boy, what a play. As Prime, how's he up to the line so fast? He didn't run hurry up.
Did he know how to?
I don't think. Did he? No, I don't
didn't
think
see it
so.
either.
He can't. As Williams goes up the middle, gain of 5 here. As 8-1 asked there's between Fins and I, we have 2 Simbardis, and none of those went to overtime. So those are all I can really speak of.
Well, I will tell you, I did not in this league. I did win a championship in another league, and the person I beat is on the other side of the booth. So
yeah, I remember that. I think you were the Chiefs.
That was wrong. I was the Packers.
Okay, maybe I was the Chiefs. I do remember that. As let's just move on. Inside zone there from Milton, tackle for loss, 3rd and 6. Big stop for Bomber. Obviously, almost a guaranteed 3 here. 4-man rush. He's got the halfback in the backfield. I don't know how you do that against Prime. You can't leave that open. First down, 1st and goal at the 9.
Yeah, Prime also had the zig route on the left side that was open as well. Prime is just killing Bomber in the flats. But that's what Prime wants you to do, right? Then play cover 2, and then he'll hit you over the top.
Yeah, and Bates back in the game here. Williams might, I'm assuming these guys have low stamina. Gain of 1, but Prime's probably okay with that, right? I mean, tick, 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 get that clock down.
Oh, absolutely. Prime isn't going to force anything here. Just going to bleed clock. Prime will be very smart here, and he'll be happy with a 3. Obviously, wants 7, but go up 2 scores with 4 minutes left. Prime will have no problem with that.
Oh, he's going to throw the RPO here to Loomis. And what a really good collapse by that Browns secondary because he looked like he was going to score. Third and goal from the 4.
Yeah, and that we see that double cloud play again. I don't know if I like that inside the 5. I mean, I don't know how to play defense, so but maybe someone me about that can help me there. But that's a weird call there.
I have to agree with you. As Bates takes the run up the middle, little conservative call there, but I'm sure that's intentional and okay. You didn't want to turn the ball over. Bomber's going to go for this block, don't you think?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, you have to.
He does not get it, and the kick is true right down the middle, as expected from that distance. 24-14. Lions take a 10-point lead, 3:23 left. Browns have all three timeouts, the 2-minute warning. Onside kicks are a thing this year. Uh, do you have some urgency if you're a Bomber, or do you feel like you have enough time? What do you think, Vince?
I think there has to be a sense of urgency. I mean, hopefully, Bomber still plays a little bit measured and doesn't try to get it all back in one play. Um, but, there's 3 minutes left, which in Madden can be an eternity. But you obviously you can't take 7 or 8 plays to get down the score.
Yeah, and I don't think Bomber has that big speed threat. He traded him. He had Matthias or whatever. As that's a nice little out route completion. Looked a little scary at first, but he completes it. Hurry up offense here. Probably we'll see that for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you have to. You got to conserve those timeouts. You got to get at least 3 here, so you got to save your timeouts for whenever you do score.
Yep, and unfortunately, this audible to trips left changes the formation, so a little bit more time. He's got the drag wide open. But he gets absolutely decked by Hutchinson, who's having himself a game, and that ball's incomplete. That would have been an easy completion.
Yeah, this is the third time I think Bombers had a throw out of stack animation. Again, fortunate that ball didn't auto go right to a defender.
Richardson drops back from the gun. He's got the quick out route, but that's a tight throw too. This one's completed, gain of 8. Third and 2. Obviously, it's 4 down territory, but big completion there.
Do you think, like, you make a good point there that it's another tight window? Do you think Bomber is predetermining his reads here
I do,
a little too much?
I do, and I think that is if there's a hole in Bomber's game other than sometimes getting tilted, I think that's it. I think sometimes he does predetermine those reads. This is a popular play. Prime's all over it though. Quick curl route, and again a tight throw. He gets decked right away by 2 guys and holds on.
Yeah, geez, these windows are, they're getting by the minute.
Even when you play defense, the game just doesn't award you. It's really frustrating. As we got trips to the right, he's going to throw it into traffic. He's not going to get away with that one. Although maybe not throwing an interception there can be considered getting away with it.
Yeah, that throw into triple coverage was brought to you by Fins.
Speaking of Fins, question for you, buddy. He needs a touchdown and a field goal. At what point do you consider just kicking the field goal?
Yeah, I
Even if it's
mean,
not fourth down.
You need you. I don't think he'll do that here, but I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, you need both of them.
Right there's Sampson, leak out of the backfield. Both these guys like those checkdowns to the halfback, and they have no problem picking you apart, killing you by 1,000 cuts. As a third and inches here, he looks like he's going to switch to an inside zone. He gets it. He's going to go up the middle. He doesn't get much, but he gets enough, and it's an injury timeout that will not cost him a timeout. KP will have something to say about that.
There, I was actually devastated for Bomber there, but it's not inside the 2-minute warning. Wow.
Yeah, KP has a theory that those happen more towards the end of the game, and honestly, I believe him. I don't think that's a far-fetched theory at all. As Richardson bails out of the pocket and takes a big hit, but he holds on as quarterbacks do this year. 7-yard gain. Prime was all over another screen pass or RPO.
Yeah, Prime is just locked in with his user tonight.
He's not going to get the 2-minute warning off with all that movement, as 815 says, I'd do it before the 2-minute warning in reference to kicking the field goal. Well, I don't necessarily disagree, but too late for that now.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously he wants 7, right? But that wouldn't be that's not a bad choice, right? Like I said, you need both. You need 10 points. So you have all your timeouts. That wouldn't have been a bad play. Yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
that.
I think you get this close, though, you probably figure, hey, I only need 15 as opposed to 35. As Richardson drops back here, he's got the in route there. He throws it to Sellers, who catches it, and I'm assuming we'll see a hurry up, which won't take much time at all. And he's up to the line here
What's
in
Prime
4
gonna do to
seconds.
get pick here? Like, what's Prime have to do to get an interception here? Another throw out of sack animation. Holy cow!
Yeah, he's gonna have to jump a route and just hope his guy holds on to it. Another motion play for Bomber. He's killing time with all these. That might have just been an adjustment in the formation. As Sampson gets outside, but what a play by Bomber, or excuse me, Prime's user. Gets him for no gain, catches him at the sideline, and he's not going to run a hurry up here. The clock's going to tick.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play by Prime. I wouldn't have clicked on because I'm team no click on, because if I click on, I'm gonna run the complete opposite direction. Prime just starts right to the ball carrier. Great play.
A draw to Sampson, and he's going to get in. I wonder if Prime pass committed there. I wouldn't have expected a run, but it's a touchdown.
Great call. Yep. Another tendency breaker there. Shout out to Eddie. Great play. Great play call.
All right,
Sampson's having a game there.
you onside in this? Oh, he's
No, I have free timeout. I'm kicking it and trying to get good ball position if you can get a stop somehow.
wow. Steele says onside. Bomber is not going to go for it. If Prime returns this, he's going to give himself up here at about the 15, 20. He's not going to give himself up because he gets the edge, and he's up to the 35-yard line. Well, I'm sure he wanted to just give himself up there to avoid the fumble, but sometimes you see daylight, you go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Prime says, you want to see a tendency breaker? Here we go. Cuts up field, gets a couple extra cheap yards there. Nice play.
Yeah, I think I'd go the onside because you got to stop him anyway, and you can kick a field goal from anywhere in this stupid game. So there's Walton again. Oh, the cojones to throw a pass on 1st and 10 with a minute left in the Super Bowl with a 3-point lead. I can't believe it.
Hey, that's why he's the GOAT. Yeah, I said onside because the last game I watched, I forget who was on the call. They
Another
did a
drag wide
wonderful
open to
job.
JMO. Sorry to interrupt you there, as he takes a big hit,
Oh,
but he
you're
gets
good.
the first down.
They made a good point. Like, one of them said, you kick it deep and then you hopefully get good field position if you can get a turnover, right? Like, or not turnover, but you stop them and make them punt. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting play, right? Because you got to make them drive the whole field as opposed to giving them a field. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see that Bomber had used a timeout. That is the game. I thought he still had one in his back, or all three in his back pocket. That first down on the drag route has sealed it. Prime is your Super Bowl 80 champion, marking his 4th Super Bowl of the cycle, which is crazy to think. He has been in all of them, so he probably wishes he had more. But having 4, getting revenge on Bomber, what an absolute thriller. We are going to hang up on Fins here, and then we're going to call our competitors in. So, Fins, I'll talk to you in just a second. All right, we got Prime in here. We've got Bomber. Looks and we Fins is in here. So, wow, what a game! Ended actually abruptly on us. We thought Bomber had a third time out there, but great game, both of you guys. Bomber, we'll start with you. Just give us your overall thoughts on the game and how it went for you.
Um, kind of just went how I thought it would go. He played like he wanted to win, and he won.
Yeah, so I'll start with a question. We'll go to Fins here. We talked about this at the very beginning, and we were like, we need to ask Bomber. The screen pass in the first quarter where you threw the streak, we are just curious. Were you intending to throw the screen, or did you know that Prime was going to be all over it and the streak was your first read?
No, I saw that user move over to the right and kind of tried to keep my eye on the safety and see if that would be there if he did jump it, and he jumped it, so I threw the streak to Jarrett.
Yeah, I thought that was a heck of a play. You don't really see that much anymore because you get the bad animations more than you used to in the old Maddens. But heck of a play. I couldn't believe it because Prime was all over it. We saw that.
Yeah, I thought it was that or an interception on the screen, so I just chucked it up to where he was open.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything in this game surprise you? Whether it's you didn't really run the ball too good, you didn't really have that great big play, or did Prime do something you weren't expecting? Anything out of the ordinary?
No, not really. A lot of underneath, and no matter what I called, it was still there. So it's tough to cover two guys going opposite directions, and even with the hard flats, it just doesn't always work out.
Yeah, absolutely. I got another question, but I think Fins is probably going to ask it, so I'll give him a chance here.
All right.
Uh, Actually, I was Matt did ask me if I thought you threw that streak intentionally on the screen, I did think so because I said I was labbing it too, and I noticed it was more open than my only question I have for you is, um, we figured that your game plan was going to be to run as much as you can with Samson. Was that the game plan, and did you go away with it, or were you just kind of trying to keep him off balance?
I think my game plan was more just to go with what he gave me, and he started loading the box and really taking away Samson early. So I came out and started throwing the ball. I didn't really have
Gotcha.
anything I was going to stick to regardless of what he does.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah, my last question for you, Bomber. Hindsight's 2020, obviously, but I think a lot of us were wondering, both in the chat and here in the booth, no onside after that last touchdown. Just what were you thinking? I'm not saying it was the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Just curious what went through your mind.
I felt like I needed to stop either way, and I'd rather need a stop and then need 3 points to tie rather than already put him in field goal range, make it where I need a touchdown with maybe 50 seconds left and no timeouts. So I just kind of rolled the dice on that one, taking my chances with the getting a stop.
Well, Bomber, thanks for.
Um.
Oh, go ahead, Fins, if you got another question.
Yeah, sorry, I just thought of it now. Another thing we were kind of talking about in the booth. Matt asked a good question. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Did you give any thought to kicking the field goal kind of on third down earlier to bring it back to 7?
I thought about it when I was watching it get to the 2 minute warning. I wanted to score before the 2 minute warning, and then just the way running the hurry up, and I got kind of caught with I'd already ran the plays, and I didn't want to run them a second time, and it just kind of I ended up deciding to just go for the touchdown at that point.
Right. Okay.
Well, Bomber, appreciate you being in here. Classy in defeat, as always. It's not easy to lose any game, let alone a Super Bowl. You play out a fantastic season. We actually talked about at the beginning. If you watch this back, we thought you were playing the best football in the SML, including Prime. So you had a lot of stuff going on in real life this season. So I'm sure this is a huge achievement to even get this far. But before we let you go, any last words?
Now, definitely thought this is further than I expected to get this postseason. I didn't even think I was going to play all the games because of the way things were lining up. So it was a nice ending to the season.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming on here, and we'll go to the guy who's certainly never short on words. Our Super Bowl 80 champion, the Detroit Lions, and Prime Time 000. Just give us your overall thoughts, Prime.
Yeah, it felt good. I'm not gonna lie. After that first drive when Bomber scored, I was like, "Oh boy, here we go again." Obviously, losing by 3 scores, but the game, you know, I got to stop at some point, I think, and I think that helped get me the momentum to believe I could do it still. And it was the first or second quarter, I forget when it was, but and then I scored, and I feel like I was kind of in control. But Bomber doesn't die. I mean, I took that right before halftime, running with Richardson. I was like, "We got a game, man. He's a good player."
Yeah, I don't know if you were flirting with me or what, but a lot of runs right up the middle. You had like a 2nd and 9 on your only punt of the game, I think, where it was 2nd and 9, and you ran up the middle for 0 yards, and I thought that's just the most conservative thing I've ever seen Prime do. Um, what why were you running up the middle so much? Talk to me about that.
Because Bomber had shared in chat like 4 times. He was like, in passing situations, I'm going to spread my line, commit pass, and stunt, and pray that somebody doesn't run on me. So I'm like, shoot. Well, I'm just going to try running on them in situations I'm going to typically pass and see if I can get big chunks.
Okay, yeah, I mean, hey, we talked about tendency
Interesting.
breakers. Eddie talked about tendency breakers. You certainly surprised me. Finns, what do you have for our champ?
Prime, congratulations. Heck of a game. I have two questions for you. One, Matt asked me this question, so I'm going to ask you. Um, does well, I mean, I'm going to ask it this way. Matt asked me if I thought you wanted Bomber or Dan, and I said it didn't matter to you because either way, it was going to be a rivalry game, revenge game. Um, how much does getting this win over Bomber mean, considering how last Super Bowl went for you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, Bomber's not really want to rub it in. He's just kind of a, like you guys said, class act. Obviously, it's fun. It's fun to beat Dan because you can kind of needle him a little bit more because he'll go back and forth. Whereas Bomber just kind of keeps it classy. But after you get your butt whooped in a Super Bowl, and then you go and chat today, and then you see Damon saying something to the effect of, "Oh, if Bomber wins, he might be in the player of the cycle." I'm like, okay, like come on, man, like I got to win here. So, and so it did mean a lot to me to get this win.
Right, right. And my second is we saw Bomber against Dan throw those deep ins on back-to-back plays to kind of seal the game. And Bomber, he got you early with one. You broke on the deep one, and he threw it short. But you were all over those today. Was that something that you really focused on, or was it just kind of something that you just saw it break open and took your user there?
Yeah, I think my goal was to take those away in key third down situations. In the Super Bowl last season, I felt like I was just giving up way too many checkdowns to the running back. So I tried focusing on that and praying my guys got sheds to put them in those situations. But it also helps. I think my pass rush got to Richardson a couple of times and forced him to get through out of sack animation. So I think that I benefited from some of that as well.
Right.
And so, Prime, before we sign off here, this is the 80th Super Bowl in the SML, which I'm sure is just unbelievable to you as it is to all of us. But it's number 30 for you. What's next for you? What's next for this Lions team?
Well, I like to win 5 in a cycle. Nobody's ever done it. I got 3 more seasons to get that goal. And then next Madden, I can hear the pundits already saying Prime can't win with Prime Junior. So I'm going to win another 5 with Prime Junior. So we're not done yet. We're going to keep winning, and we got to get another reason to win, I guess.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here because I'm sure this is going to be short lived because you're going to see a bunch of advanced gifts in the chat when you get in there. But I would be shocked. I would be shocked if we don't see the trilogy fight between the two of you before this cycle is over. I would really, really be shocked. All right. Well, Bomber, again, thanks for being here. Great game, guys. You guys put on a show for a lot of fans that were in chat, so hopefully you can watch this back and enjoy it. But for all you guys in the chat, for Fins, for Bomber, for Prime, we're out of here. Let's get to season 81 and see who's going to get back here next time. So see you later.